Hey everybody! Tales of Tuam here, and we're back with another session of Gra'Th'Era, otherwise known as
Strike Force
Dr-
Zeta.
1DM's
God
Inspiration
damn
Manual.
it. I was gonna yell, you bitch.
Anyways,
You took that away from me.
so, last session. Guess what happened?
I don't know.
You don't know? Alright, well, I'll go over it then. The party continued their trek from the temple, I believe it was westwards, northwestwards a bit. Eventually, they came across an encounter where they decided to try and hide amongst the sound of singing and humming and calling out for help and rustling in the bushes. The party saw fairies approach them, and a few members of the party decided to make themselves known as Zal decided, fuck fairies, these things are dangerous. The party asked what happened and learned. Go ahead, take up from here, Mr. Man, Lorekeeper. What happened?
We learned that something happened to their little fairy village or whatever. A bunch of their people were attacked or something, and were scattered and looking for help. So what we did was I used a primeval awareness to try and figure out what the fuck was sort of going on. In doing so, I have learned that there was a fayish presence to the west of us, and there was also a draconic one too. So we're now heading due west. In order to
you're
try.
heading west. You're heading west. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to
to
correct
try.
you, but you're right.
Yay, bitch!
Onwards and outward.
We're heading due west to try and save this person. While also being aware of the danger that lies ahead.
I think you mean cocksleeve.
The cocksleeve.
Alright, you get to.
You found me.
Anyways.
You found me out for yeah.
The party continued to head, I believe it was west, but it was southwest, towards the swampy area. Turned into birds and began to make their way away, using the fairies as their magic.
Call.
As the party begins to fly. I'd say the hour passes and you guys pass into the swamp, and as you enter into the swamp, your forms drop. And you find yourselves following that same trail, finding no leads aside from, plants that seem to come from mangrove trees, berries within this swamp that you take a few and eat, maybe, to keep yourself satiated. The safe ones that Zal points out. And as you continue through, you eventually find yourself jumping over a few logs, passing by a few alligators, which you say hi to, Zal, because they're like distant cousins. And you eventually...
Grandma Mildred, it's been a while.
Zal, come here, dearie. Let me give you a good sloppy Oh!
Oh,
Anyways, but you come to this large hanging curtain of leaves and vines that you seem to be able to pass through. And you know, based on the direction and amount of time you spent moving, Ayala, the Fae presence was definitely beyond this area. The dragon presence is a bit more south.
okay.
Yeah.
So Faye here. Dragon Song. Zal, and little fairies that accompany us. There seems to be a fish presence nearby. It may be in this area.
That's good.
Well,
That
beyond
means
the
that-
ones that join us.
That means that it likely is not dead yet. This is good news.
Alright, do we need to, spread out and search or something? Or do you fairies, I look at the ones that are on Zal's back, or is it Kipti's?
Yeah, that me.
Yeah, I like the ones in Zal's back. Do you have a way to contact your friends, or do we have to search for...
Usually, we just, say, make a small little dancing bit of lights that seem to surround us and then dance around as well. And that usually contacts any fairies that can see?
Maybe you should try that. Couldn't hurt, right?
Yeah, of course. And you see, where is it? I think it was Jasmine, the first one that you guys saw.
I believe
Yeah.
so, yes.
We
That
have
one
it
was
in
the...
NPCs.
The blue.
Yeah, Jasmine. The malnourished one was Mariana.
Yeah, that's the one then, Mariana. Mariana seems to dance forward, and she summons her blue little light that kind of obscures her a little bit from you guys. And you see two more of them appear in front of her and start to dance. And she begins to push past this brush into what lies beyond. By the way, this forest is dark, even in the daylight that you guys have. It's probably getting closer to the end of the day, by the way, so close to the time when you should rest soon.
If you would like, I cannot dance without causing quite a commotion, but if you would like, I can add in my light as well.
Mariana's already pushed forward. The other fairy, I'll say Seriana, looks at you and goes, yeah, if you don't mind. We are going to go a little bit ahead because we're going to be creating little bell sounds. It does seem to radiate with us a little bit. Anybody with good hearing here? She looks at your group. Nobody here.
Oh, good.
Nobody here with a perception bonus from their race, right?
No.
Don't think so.
Not for you. But she goes, okay. And she jumps off and begins to glow. I think the red one was what she was. And as she begins to move forward, you can hear a small little bell chimes begin to happen as they all fly. All the fairies fly into the area beyond.
I was gonna cast Sacred Flame to help them in their little circle.
Sacred Flame's an attack, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to do it not on a person, but it's fine if not.
Well, it's a quick burst. That's all it is. Just so you're aware. But I understand what your intent was. Anyways, but you can see they've all pushed past the vine-like barrier here.
We should follow them. There are threats in
Yeah.
this forest, like that big snake. It would be a shame if they were all to die.
All of them. Let's go.
All right. Stay alert.
I always do.
No, go ahead, Cor.
No, that's fine.
As you guys begin to push through the vines and leaves yourselves, it feels like you're pushing for 15, 20 feet, 30 feet. And you can see there's some roots in the area too that seem to create part of this barrier. And as you push through, it gets harder the further in you go, and you finally find yourself inside of the area. And as you find yourself coming in, you see a very dark space with little bits of sunlight pouring through the canopy above. You can see there's trees on the outskirts of this area, probably creating parts of this barrier. Very small trees, of course. There's a small ledge up on the western side of the area, which we'll consider you're coming in from the east. So you see on the western side of the area, there is a small cliff face ledge. You can see roots have grown up across it and this grapevine kind of texture upon it. You can see there's a bit of marsh water around a small island in the center that does connect to the eastern area. And the island, of course, sorry, my bad. The island connects to the eastern area, and there's a bit of marsh water in the rest of the area, but it's not too deep. It's maybe toe level for not V, what the fuck,
It's all.
Korra's character, yes. But everyone else's character, it's maybe about ankle, maybe about shin height. And as you begin to wade through it, the thing that seems to center in your vision here is this beautiful lush tree that seems to push upwards towards the top of the canopy. You see from where it comes off, there's beautiful vines hanging with berries and flowers and beautiful twigs and whatnot. And as you enter in here, it's very quiet and serene compared to the forest you were in before. You see the little god rays seem to alight in different places. Who here has the highest passive perception?
Probably Ayla.
I have
No, I
a
think
passive
I do.
perception of. Oh,
It was Katrina.
Katrina does?
Yeah.
Katrina, what's your passive
I
perception?
Sorry,
18.
Karen.
18?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
You can see, like, beautiful bits here. You can see, like, on the edges of this, like, area to the west, the, like, small cliff face, there are, like, small waterfalls that pour into the bog below. You can see, like, as you begin to walk in, the tree itself seems to be the centerpiece of this area, and it creates the grove, almost. You hear something shift, and you look backwards, and you watch the area you just came in solidify with vines and leaves.
Hmm.
It almost like makes you like think for a second, like that's weird. You shake it off. As you guys enter, you can see the fairies are going around. By the way, there's also hanging vines here that come from the top that hit the bog below. It's not a clear, open like fly space. There are many vines and leaves and different pieces here that seem to go everywhere. You can also see these large like vegetative cocoons. Like cocoon is a bad word to say. It's like piles of vegetation, I would say. That seem to have berries growing on them too, and flowers at different parts of the bog as well. And the berries in here all glow different colors. Zal, to your knowledge, they seem safe to eat, but you've never seen these berries before. You haven't really traveled to the swamps. The swamps are very dangerous.
I'm a crocodile. This is my home territory.
Yes, and you've traveled here a few times, but you haven't really made note of the creatures here.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah. Because though this is your home territory, there are much more powerful creatures here than you. Don't talk about the Mega Croc. Anyways.
oh,
You mean to make a cut?
But as you guys enter in, you can see the fairies are going around making these little dinging sounds. They seem to investigate the grove here.
Any luck so far?
No, but we'll keep investigating as they go around. I will say, make an Arcana check for me, Kibdi, and Kaldros. Make a Nature check for me, or Survival, your choice.
okay. Nature or survival?
Can I finger
I'll
the kid and
do-
give her a guidance?
No,
Nature.
Never mind.
No reroll.
Zal, you can make me an Insight check.
11.
Check.
Yes. 11.
I get a 7.
Yep, 11 for Kipti.
Kibdi, Katrina. This grove is definitely created using primal magics. You're not sure if it was created long ago, how long ago it was created, or who created it, but it was definitely created using primal magic. What'd you roll, Kaldros?
A 17 nature check.
Nature check. There's a lot of this grove that doesn't seem natural. Maybe created through natural magics, or the strange magics of the actual island itself seems to have created it. But looking around, the grove itself seems to have been here for a little bit of time at least. Maybe a few months at least. Maybe a few years. You're not sure the exact amount, but if the tree in the middle is like what created this grove, the tree's like 80 feet tall maybe. And it like expands heavily. You get the assumption maybe it's a few years old at least. You also notice like the berries here look beautiful and they look succulent and juicy. There's also like this aromatic like honey smell to the area around you. Zal, what did you roll for your insight?
14.
14.
14.
14. This is definitely a strange grove. You're not sure if you've been in these parts of the forest or the swamp before, but you know that you should always be careful of things that seem like they're giving you a free respite, especially on this island. You got lucky with the fairies. You're not sure if you'll get lucky with this grove. You don't know what exists here, what may be hiding, or what may be trapping you here. All you know is that your friend felt a fae essence from here, and you know there's a lot of fae creatures that are bad.
Yeah. That's why I was so hesitant to talk to the fairies.
Exactly. That's why you are on. I'll say you are on guard. So if there's any surprise rounds, you are not surprised.
Alright.
I'll give you that.
I do have the an intelligence of 15 if it makes you feel any better.
Oh yeah, no. That's why I gave you the insight check.
Okay.
I knew your intelligence was a bit higher, despite the like -4, huh?
Yeah. No, it was hard to get up this fucking high.
Yeah. But as you all enter, what is it you would like to do? Sorry, that was a lot of stuff like me telling you what to roll. If there was anything you would like to roll or like check out, I am now giving you free reign of the area here. I was just getting you guys' your guys' like knowledge of the area here.
Okay.
I don't like the smell of the place. You said you sensed Fae here, correct?
Yes, there was a fayish presence that I could feel.
Are you able to differentiate between races with that ability of yours?
I've never tried. It's only ever told me of a certain presence if I try to search for it. I've never once tried to specify what I would be sensing. If it's the best equation that I can make with that.
I'll say, Ayla, you can, well, before you continue, Cora, you can definitely sense, like, if something's more of something than another. Like, for example, elves would come up less fey than a fairy would. But it's very iffy-offy, kind of. Continue, Zal.
I understand. If this thing does not turn out to be a fairy, it could be something else that's dangerous.
I could try if you wish me to. I'm able to a degree, differentiate some of the characteristics befitting certain species. Not all. For instance, I can tell that elves are more fayish than some other creatures, or less, depending on what what they are. But do you want me to try? I could certainly attempt.
Better safe than sorry. And if nothing else, we can figure out where they are.
Alright, give me a moment, as I will try and concentrate my primeval awareness on Fae.
Strangely enough, make me a perception check. And Kitty, what are you doing?
I am also looking around.
What are you looking around for specifically?
Specifically, if there are any remnants of the people who may have created this place.
Make me an investigation check or a perception check if you're not moving around, like you're just checking, because Zal said be careful.
I would not walk around.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
I was gonna guidance Kitty before she walks off.
Yeah, so you can like touch her on the shoulder and say, "Don't walk off," basically. Don't get too far away.
Stay near. There are still creatures in the swamp that will lay low and hide even beyond your perception. Kill you with one go.
Damn.
So, what did you roll, Caldros?
26.
26. It takes a minute, but you do sense the Fae presence. Definitely feels similar to the pixies now that you've noticed it. But you can't determine where in this grove it is, just that it's here for some reason. Usually it gives you like almost an exact location, especially if you're this close. Yeah. But you can't determine it. You also feel the other fairies, but you can't feel their locations either. Kibdi, as you begin to look around, what'd you roll with your guidance?
The guidance itself, or the total roll?
The total roll with the guidance. I was just reminding you have.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You begin to look around. And as you guys are like talking for a few minutes here, if there's anything you want to do, Zal, while I'm going over this, just think about it and then let me know. Like, just interrupt whenever you want to start doing something. You begin to look around, like looking towards the bog, looking up towards the tree, investigating the area with your eyes. You can see like hanging hanging vines that seem to be cut off and there's nothing attached to them that are in like strange forms. You can see small bits of moss that cover up lumped areas on the like rocked areas or something on the western cliff face. You can see like shining bits of things in the water every so often. Probably reflections of the berries. No, that's definitely something underneath the water. You can definitely see what seems to be cloth at the base of this tree. Probably from whoever was here before. You also, with a dirty 20, see that there is something engraved in the center of the tree, like this large mark, but you can't really get a good look at it. That's all you get. Zal, what are you doing over the next few minutes?
Checking around the area with my divine sense. I know there's a Fae near, and I don't think divine sense picks Fae up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better safe than sorry if I can find anything else nearby.
So what does it pick up?
Celestial, fiends, and undead.
Okay. You don't detect any celestial, any fiend, but you do not detect any undead either.
Okay.
There's none of that 3 around. Well, yeah, no. Fae is a certain subclass of paladin. My bad.
Yep.
Okay. But as you guys go ahead.
Technically, Gerald does count as a celestial, my little lizard, because he's a familiar.
Of course, but yeah. Besides that, besides everything on you guys and your characters themselves.
Okay. I just wanted to specify that.
Yeah, no problem. But as you take a minute to like feel yourself out here, you see Aola like struggles and like shakes her head and focuses and goes, okay. And she like nods her head and like looks up to you as if she has an answer to your question from earlier. All of you make charisma saving throws.
Who's within 10 feet of me?
Both of them.
All right, +5.
Okay.
What level of paladin are you?
6.
What are you immune to when you get your aura again?
Or
Or is that a higher level aura?
Oh!
I think I need one more level, and I don't become immune, but I gain it. Yeah, I get an aura of warding. Beginning at 7th level, ancient magic relies so heavily upon you that it forms an eldritch ward. You and friendly creatures within 10 feet of me have resistance to damage from spells.
Okay, thank you. That I forgot. Oath of the Ancients.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, Oath of the Ancients is pretty cool. Anyways, so,
it is pretty fucking cool. That's why I wanted to play it.
The meme.
Kibdi,
the fucking meme.
what'd you roll?
If a second, I need to edit my DMs, especially because I spent 3. I got a 14.
14. Oh, you rolled a natural 1 first? Funny.
No, this was the second roll. The first one was a 10. Natural 2.
Okay, 14.
No.
14, you said?
Yep.
Okay, good to know. I'll mark that as a failure. Kaldros?
A 15.
Okay, let me check really quickly here. I think it is. Actually, sorry, 14 is a success. Kaldros, 15, success.
Yeah.
Cora, what did your character?
27.
27, success. That fragrant smell is becoming more and more pungent, and you guys are feeling more tranquil as it goes here. You can see like the darkness of the area starting to get a little bit more present as well.
Well, I do not mean to come off as strange, but has anyone ever told you that you smelled suspiciously good?
What the hell?
Oh.
You see him take
Is it-
another sniff in the air? Or is that coming from you, Katrina?
Katrina smells so stuff. No?
Katrina, make a con save. You smell like sweat and horridness.
Aw.
God damn it.
You guys have not bathed.
We're in a swamp.
Yeah,
Have you
and you're
ever-
in a swamp.
17.
Have you IRL ever been in a swamp or like a marshland before?
No, but it
There
is
is a
horrible.
stench.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a stench.
17, you're fine, but like you need to bathe soon, Katrina. And you don't think magical prestidigitation will fix this? That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And plus, you're still in heat.
I could have sworn I smelled something good. Suspiciously good. Unnaturally good. Fairies! and he's going to kind of shout out a bit. Where are you?
As you call out, there's no response. As the three of you begin to look around, you haven't noticed the fairies in a few minutes.
Everybody, prepare
Shit.
yourself.
Yeah.
We've either been betrayed or ambushed, and either way, it is not good.
Katrina, make me a perception check.
Come on, Gibby.
Because you have the highest
Do the
passives.
help action.
The help action, why?
21.
Why would she have the help action?
Well,
Give me the round
we
spot.
said prepare for ourselves, so we assume.
No, this
If
was
we're
this
all-
was her looking around to see where the fairies were.
Oh.
Originally, and also keep on guard. Actually, I'll give her the help action. Yeah, sure. What was your roll with the help action?
21.
Hold on, I'm gonna need a call. Give me a second.
Wanna fuck the fairies.
Understandable. Same.
Sorry, that was my
I meant
work guy. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead, Cor.
I meant to call attention to the smell, and I was gonna flavor it as a, me thinking it was from one of you two, but Ale apparently didn't smell it.
I was making sure to roll the fairies' disappearances. Yeah, okay. What'd you roll total?
21.
21. Kibdi, you look around and you swear you see like movements in the tree burrows or boughs. You see like the leaves moving and shaking, and you see like a vine slowly moving as it disappears into the leaves above.
There's still no sound. Where could they have run off to? Guess Flo.
I don't know, but they were rather hungry. They probably couldn't have gotten far. I might be able to lure them back with a good berry.
Kibdi. Actually, that's interesting. Kibdi, roll. This would be going based on previous knowledge. Roll an investigation check using your wisdom instead of intelligence.
Okay.
You look deep in. Oh, okay.
15.
I'll say, Zal, you do see her like go, wait a minute, and start to think. So if you want to give her guidance, I'll allow you to do it right
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna give her a guidance. She insta rolled.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, D4 extra.
Get a 4.
If you get a 4, you win.
You.
Okay.
I called it.
No!
So,
I called it, baby.
as you think back, there's a few vines with those berries that you saw a few of the fairies go to that are missing from the many that are hanging around. And now that you think about it, hold on. Yes, Kibdi, why do you want to take a break?
Because my mother just came home with groceries.
Okay, we could take a small 10-minute break. We'll be back. Sorry, guys. We'll be back after a 10-minute break here.